Thomas Tuchel swanky cockneys are through to the Champions League semi-final. Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back. Come on in. Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host. Yeah, namaste, my sweet friends. Oh my God, it wasn't easy. Or it seemed easy, but then it didn't seem easy. Chelsea 0. Porto 1. Chelsea qualified 2-1 with the away goals into the Champions League semi-final to face either Real Madrid or Liverpool. As for the game, not a classic. Chelsea were excellent in many ways, a professional defensive performance with excellent individual performances in there as well as a collective. Porto really kept at bay. They scored an amazing overhead kick in stoppage time. I mean, it was amazing. It was the best overhead kick shinner you'll see since Wayne Rooney. It really was an incredible goal. Anyway, and it was Mehdi Taremi that scored, the Porto player that all the fans wanted to see and was brought on for like the last half an hour. You know, so he, in hindsight, from their perspective, he probably should have started the game maybe. Thank the gods for us that he didn't. And just alright, I've just watched the game, so I've just seen that goal. That was an incredible goal. But Chelsea had a few chances and they kept Porto at bay. This is your match review. I'm going to get into it today. Please do drop a like on the video to show your support if you're amped about this result. And of course, consider subscribing to this channel, Football Therapy, if you're new to the experience, as we get into today's match review. Alright, gargantuan game. I spoke about it in my match preview about how it won't be easy, how they'll have their full complement of good players back, and how Porto play well in adversity. The game didn't really turn out like that. Let's have a look at the who scored graphic to see who played what, where and why. 3-4-3 from Big Tommy Tuchel, Edouard Mendy in goal, and because Christensen's injured, Thiago Silva played in the middle, flanked by both Rudiger and Azpilicueta as expected. Kovacic got an injury in training yesterday, so the midfield was complemented by Jorginho and N'Golo Kante, who Tuchel did not want to risk for the 90 minutes, but seemingly he was fine. As expected as well, the wing-backs were Ben Chilwell and Reece James, and my predicted lineup was pretty darn close actually in hindsight. And the front three consisted of the Crystal Palace sensational performance of Kai Havertz, Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic. Now I'm going to spend a decent amount of time going through player performances and give you the lowdown on who, or give you my opinion on who played well and what happened, but this game was incredibly physical. Chelsea made it a professional performance, they defended well, and although Thomas Tuchel in the pre-match presser said, we're not going to change our game because we're 2 goals ahead, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I think this might have been maybe a little bit of mind games, because Chelsea absolutely played within themselves and looked to control the game because they were 2 goals ahead. They didn't play their natural game and necessarily try and score goals and create loads of chances, which ultimately they do try and do in the Premier League, even though we generally don't score that many goals on average. But this was a far more pragmatic approach. Porto tried to find a little bit of joy between Chilwell and Rudiger down that right-hand channel, and generally they made a couple of chances, mostly towards the latter stages of the game. There was a moment where Edouard Mendy, I believe in the first half, just passed the ball out forwards and got absolutely bailed out by Jorginho with a quick tackle. That could have been a gift of a goal. And as the time went on, it basically slowed to a glacial drip, and I was like, oh my God, this is taking so long, what's happening? Although Porto never really felt too threatening, until Conceição made changes at the end. He made like 5 subs. He left it really late. And of course, in the final dying embers of stoppage time, I think like with 70 seconds to go, Taremi gets that goal and you start going, oh, it's the Juve vibes. And they were not in the ascendancy, but they were on the attack. Chelsea just needed to keep their heads, keep calm, so they wouldn't see it go into extra time. And they did see it out, it was fine. Let's take some time and go through player performances now. Edouard Mendy in goal, not perfect. He obviously made that really big howler early doors when he passed it out and Jorginho bailed him out. Did make a few good saves. Can't really criticise him for that overhead kick into the top side netting. but not his most inspirational performance from Mendy, I don't think. And I haven't actually analysed the goal enough to see who's at fault in terms of who's, picking up Taremi there. But I think the three centre-halves were generally very good. Rudiger was eating up a lot of aerial duels. I think Thiago Silva made a good, decent block. Cesar Azpilicueta never really got roasted down that side, so he did very, very well. Reece James in the first half worried me of a few moments, but generally he had a really good game ultimately in the end, absolutely bodying off the physicality of the Porto players. Didn't get any real opportunities to demonstrate his excellent crossing and passing, but in terms of a defensive performance, he was excellent. And to be honest, this is the kind of thing Gareth Southgate's going to be looking at, saying, I need my fullbacks to be defensively sound. He knows Reece James can go forward and attack and cross, but yes, Trent Alexander-Arnold scored a wonder goal. Yes, he's so good at attacking, but ultimately, you need him to defend, and he'll be looking at performances like Reece James did tonight and think, that's what I need in my England squad. So that was great. Similarly, I actually think Ben Chilwell was pretty darn good in this game too. I actually was wondering, is he having a good game in the first half? He did get turned a little bit when one of the forwards got on his back. I think it might have been Jesus Corona that did him. But generally, he stayed concentrated and focused, got up and down well. So I think ultimately, probably, Ben Chilwell had a good game too. Now, in terms of the midfield, absolutely awful going forwards, but really good otherwise. Jorginho really impressed me defensively, and sometimes I wonder about that. He bailed out Mendy, he made a couple of tackles, good, bought a load of fouls when he needed to, and was sensible and played for the team. Kante, absolutely magnificent at times, doing what he is the best at in the world with these little interceptions, perfect timing tackles. But I counted in the first half of the first 60 minutes, 4 or 5 times where Kante did awful forward passing. One instance when he was in the right channel, should have played in Mason Mount free as a bird for probably a goal, didn't do that. A couple of long passes he screwed up. I remember I was counting them. So not a massive criticism of Kante, he can pull off a pass every now and again, but it's not his main attribute, and it certainly was poor today. Mason Mount was pretty decent, not his best game. He's been playing really well in the Premier League. He was good in the first leg of reverse fixture, obviously, against Porto. A bit more quiet in this game, but had to do more defensive work. Did take a shot. There was a really good defensive block to prevent him from scoring. A good performance, but not great from Mason Mount. I think Pulisic is my man of the match. I mean, maybe Kante, you decide down in the comment section below, because it was a defensive performance. But Christian Pulisic got absolutely mullered in this game. He got fouled, literally battered so many times. Yet he kept going. I think he played the full 90. Just kept running the channels. He had a couple of chances to score. He won so many fouls, playing between the lines and just relieving pressure for Chelsea. And because of that, he's my man of the match. I think Kai Havertz was a massive passenger in this game, which is disappointing after his excellent performance in the Premier League. But I don't think he was the right choice. I think Tuchel just saw a good chemistry there and was like, right, I'll keep them to pass it around the front. But we lumped the ball up to him, start Giroud then, make it stick, get his arms up against Pepe and stuff. I know people said this might not be the right approach, and hindsight is 2020, but I didn't really like how we're using Havertz in that game. Whatever, we're through! Anyway, let's move on from player performances and talk about the implications of this win. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the fact how Chelsea have qualified for the Champions League semi-final relatively easily, but with a little scare at the end to keep it Chelsea. Such a massive, massive achievement. Thomas Tuchel has been excellent, huge thumbs up. They said it in commentary and it made me think, so I'm going to say it here. You got to tip your cap a little bit to Frank Lampard as well, because he had an amazing group stage campaign, flawless. I think it was. I think we conceded 1 goal, scored loads of goals. He made the right decisions in the group. Frank Lampard, obviously still learning as a coach, but he was excellent in the Champions League in the group stages. Didn't get the chance, obviously, because he was quite rightly moved on, in my opinion, Frank Lampard, but he deserves credit for this, and obviously assembling this team, the likes of Mason Mount, Reece James starting in the Champions League, Ben Chilwell that he bought as well. This is all because of Frank Lampard, so he definitely deserves a mention, deserves credit. I'm saying this like we've won the Champions League, but I want to get it in now because it's an achievement. A semi-final in the Champions League is an achievement regardless, especially in an incredibly weird season like this for Thomas Tuchel, who's had to come in as well and you know, coach his team. So massive achievement, probably going to play Real Madrid in the next round, unless Liverpool turn it around. Let me know what you thought of the game though. Really keen to hear what all you guys thought, who played well, just what you think of the next tie. Are you buzzing? Let me know. Drop a like if you've enjoyed the video, man. What else? That's it. I feel pretty good, man. So enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.